Okay, so to complete Lab 6 Advanced, first thing we want to do is do a sketch on the front plane. Now I would start by drawing the big diameter circle on the origin. So let's do the circle tool on the origin, and it's going to be diameter of 1. And then what you could do to get the circles out to the side to make sure they line up is use the center line tool. Go about 3 inches over, and then while we're at it, let's draw a center line going the opposite direction, and another center line going straight up, and we can put circles at the end. Smart dimension, and this line is 1.5 over, and this line is 3 inches, and this one is 2.5 up. The diameter of this outside circle, well, if you look at the handout, it actually says radius 0.34. So let's go ahead and hit the check mark here. And a couple things we can do. We can right click on it and go to display options and display as radius 0.34, or since radius is half the diameter, we could double this to get the diameter. So 0.34 for the diameter would be 0.68. It's the same thing. Now we could dimension the other two circles. I'm going to hold the control key, select all three, and use the equal relationship to make them all equal with one another. Now we need to draw a line tangent from one circle to the other circle. So line tool, click and drag, and when you move your mouse you should get two relationships, both the concentric and the tangent relationship. There they are. And do the same on this one. And then we actually need a second circle, a radius 0.75. So circle, this origin, smart dimension. Now 0.75 as a diameter, so you got to double it, be 1.5. Now we can draw lines from this circle to this circle. Make sure you get that tangent symbol. There we go. Do another line from this one over. Get that tangent symbol. And you can see this is not tangent, so neither is that side. So control, click on the line, circle, and add a tangent. Okay, so it's okay if you don't get it the first try. You can just select both of the objects and add it later. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to trim entities. I have trim to closest selected, and trim off our circles in the corner. And actually this gets trimmed off here too. Alright, that's good for the trim tool. Now we have a hole, and if you look at the hole, it's counter bored in. So there's the head of the screw is the big diameter, the diameter of 0.38, and the bolt that goes through is diameter of 0.21, the little hole. I'm going to start, there's a couple ways you could do this. I'm going to do the little hole. And we'll smart dimension the inside. Diameter is 0.21. Hit escape. Control click on the three circles. Add an equal relationship. Exit the sketch. Make sure the sketch is highlighted. Go to the features panel, extruded boss base, and the thickness, if we look at the side view, is 0.5, and hit OK. So that's what I'm going to start out with. To do the counter bore for the holes, I'll just do a new sketch on the surface and then draw the bigger circles. And smart dimension these. If you look at the handout, it says a diameter of 0.38. Again, hit escape, control click on the three, and make them equal. exit the sketch. Now this time we're going to do an extrude cut. So my sketch 2 is highlighted, extrude cut. And we don't want to go through all, we want to go down the countersink, which again, if we look at our side view, is a depth of 0.25. Okay, now that we have those, we can use our shell command to get out the rest. So on the features panel, shell command, and the thickness, if you look at the handout, it's 0.15 typical wall. TYP stands for typical, so 0.15. Click on the surface here, hit the check mark, and it should be just thick enough where it does this automatically. Okay, so now we have to add 2 different fillets. So fillet, the radius, if we look at the handout, is 0.25. TYP stands for typical. Now we got to do this in 2 groups. I'm going to do the corners, the vertical corners first, so 2 there. Spin it around, get these 2. While we're at it, I'm going to try to get this one. Spin it around the other way. Get that one and this side. So there should be 2, 4, 6, 8. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit the check mark. Do another fillet, and I don't think you can do it all in one shot. It's got to be 2 separate pieces. Click on the bottom, anything that touches the bottom, the whole perimeter, the whole way around. 0.25 typical. Hit the green check mark. And there you go. Lab 6 Advanced.